What's up, everybody? This is MMA RANT, and I'm coming to y'all today with another video. But before I get started, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to everybody that's been sharing my videos. Hit me with the thumbs up. I also want to definitely thank everybody that's been leaving me comments. I've been appreciating all the comments that have been coming in. And like I said before, I will get back to each and every last one of y'all. And I'm very graciously appreciative of it. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, and you're listening right now, subscribe. Now on with the video. This video that I'm posting today is some breaking news, y'all. It has been announced by Dana White on the Good Morning America show today that Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier will be facing each other at UFC 200 to get this daggone UFC light heavyweight belt unified. That is some major news. I'm very happy to hear that, and guess what, y'all? I guess now we all know that Conor McGregor will not be fighting at UFC 200. So the chapter of that story in that book has been closed. Now we're on to a new chapter here, okay? Now, there were some fighters at the Good Morning America show. There was Chuck Liddell, there was Jon Jones, there was Daniel Cormier, it was Miesha Tate, and Frankie Edgar was there. Frankie Edgar was there. And Michael Strahan was interviewing all of them. He asked a question to each and every last one of them. Basically asked Miesha Tate about why her name's Cupcake. Paige Van Zandt was there as well. And they were talking to her about Dancing with the Stars. They talked to Chuck Liddell about Dancing with the Stars and him being a part of the UFC or being a veteran of the UFC. Of course, they talked to Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier, Dana White, and I feel very bad for Frankie Edgar because they didn't even have enough time to ask Frankie Edgar a question. But Michael Strahan said, hey, I have you sitting there, man, so that you can keep Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier separated so they don't attack each other. And I'm like, damn, man, Frankie can't never catch a break for anything, man. It's like I feel bad for the man. He's in his home state of New York. He is New York as far as people sit up there at that podium, and Jon Jones. And they didn't even ask the man a question. He is fighting for an actual belt as well at UFC 200. That's fucked up, man. But I had to get that out there, and I had to give Frankie a shout out. Frankie Edgar, man, I'm giving you a shout out, man. Even though I know you ain't gonna get this shout out, but I'm gonna shout you out anyway. But anyway, back to the subject here, okay? As soon as this thing was made known to the public, Daniel Cormier, of course, goes on Twitter, and this is the statement that he says on Twitter. He says, yes, let's go. I've been wanting this at UFC 100. I hadn't decided to even fight yet. Now I'm defending my belt at the biggest event in history. After what I saw last weekend, this will be light work. Hashtag #BumJones. Hashtag and still at Johnny Bones, you suck. And that's just crazy, man. Daniel Cormier's already started his with Jon Jones before we even get to UFC 200. Daniel Cormier hasn't even started any damn training yet, but he's already on damn Instagram starting his bullshit. So we know there's going to be more to come. We haven't heard anything from Jon Jones yet as far as a response to this damn tweet. So, more to come. Trust me. And another thing, I'm going to throw this out there. Jon Jones is the only fighter at UFC 200 that has actually fought at UFC 100. So that's a big milestone, and it's another, badge of honor that he has, that he can claim with everybody that's in the UFC right now, and this is just adding to his legacy as a fighter and as possibly to go down as the greatest of all time in the UFC. So I commend Jon Jones for, creating that milestone and being a part of UFC 200, So it's a big deal. It's a very, very big, major deal. And I'm glad to hear this. Now, what I personally think about UFC 200 now, with this being the main event, I think it's good, Basically, you got 3 fights. The top 3 fights at UFC 200 are all going to be for belts, and that's a good thing. That's something that does not happen for any UFC pay-per-view I don't even think it happened for UFC 100. I just can't think off the top of my head right now. Actually, no, it didn't. So this is a great move for the UFC. It's a major step, in what they need to do for UFC 200. And I think UFC 200, I'm sorry, y'all, UFC 200 will do really well. But I still think that it would have done better with Conor McGregor as the main event. And like we all said, like we all know now, definitely, Conor McGregor is out of UFC 200. Nate Diaz is out of UFC 200. Jon Jones versus Daniel Cormier is the new main event at UFC 200. And this is to legitimately see who is the true number one UFC light heavyweight champion. Because right now they both have belts. Even though Jon Jones did not want to claim that interim belt, unfortunately he has to. And now he is the interim UFC light heavyweight champion. And they're going to fight at UFC 200 to, unify these belts. That's going to be a great, exciting fight. I want to thank y'all for listening to my video today. I want y'all to hit me with a thumbs up on this video if y'all enjoyed it. Share this video. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think as far as with Jon Jones versus Daniel Cormier as the new main event at UFC 200. Let me know if y'all like that as the main event or not. Also, hit me up. Let me know what y'all think about also Conor McGregor not being a part of UFC 200 now.